Hello there and welcome to another video on my channel. Today's video sees me visit one of Europe's smallest countries, nestled between the south of France and northeast Spain with a population of less than 90,000 people. It doesn't have its own airport, so you have to fly to Barcelona or Toulouse and then drive or get the train. Known for skiing, hiking and mountainous scenery, this is Andorra. We start off here at the Mirador Roc Del Quer, a viewpoint above the town of Canillo with incredible views of the Pyrenees. Because I was there out of season, it was free, but if you're visiting during the summer, it will cost €5. It took me around 20 minutes to drive up to this point. Unsurprisingly, the road is quite narrow with lots of twists and turns, so one to take extra care on. The statue precariously sat there is called the Ponderer and is supposed to pass on a sense of calm to you as you take in the gorgeous views around. The next thing that I wanted to see, the Pont Tibeta, had no parking, so I had to drive all the way back down the mountain and park to then get the official bus halfway back up the mountain. The ticket was €14, which I think is a bit steep, but it was well worth it. And there it is, the Pont Tibeta, or Tibetan Bridge in English. Over 600 metres in length, it's certainly not for those with a fear of heights. I'm not the best with heights myself, but this suspension bridge gives you a different perspective of the landscape surrounding Canillo, and I think is a must for anyone coming to Andorra. The weather was perfect to take in these views, even if I did feel a bit funny when looking down. Back at ground level, I headed to the sanctuary Basilica of Our Lady Meritxell. Oh, that's a bit of a mouthful. Our Lady Meritxell is the patron saint of Andorra, making this church a place of high importance to the people. The original sanctuary sadly burnt down in the early 70s, with not much of it surviving. What you have now in its place is this modern, almost monochrome structure, which, as far as I can remember, is unlike any other modern church I've visited. Back in the capital of Andorra la Vella, I took a wander round the centre, including seeing this statue based on a painting by Salvador Dali. Here you have the Pont de Paris, a small bridge that goes over the Grand Valira. It looks better at night, but annoyingly I misread the sign for the light show times and missed the light show. What a plonker. For dinner, I went to the Hard Rock Cafe. I know, you're thinking, what a tourist, why did you go there? Why didn't you try any of the local food? Firstly, it was my birthday, so this was a treat to myself. Secondly, patience, my dear viewer. At least I had some local beer. I had time in the morning to see a couple more things before lunch at a place called Classic Aran's. I had this lovely little restaurant all to myself for a while. A big thank you to Aitor and Victoria from the bar the night before, who knew the owner and sorted the table for me. To start, I was given this complimentary piece of ham with some breadsticks. Next up were these cheese and ham croquettes, followed by quail's eggs in crispy potato shells topped with some bacon. After that was this pasta dish, the parcel stuffed with a creamy wild mushroom filling. The final course before dessert was trinchat, a traditional Andorran dish comprised of potato, cabbage and pork. It's the stuff under the egg. It's similar to bubble and squeak, but with a smoother texture. The black stuff is morcilla, Spanish black pudding, which I love. Then, to finish it all off, was a classic apple tart. My belly full, it was back to the capital for the main event of the day, FC Andorra against Eibar in the Segunda Division. FC Andorra are owned by former Barcelona and Spain legend Gerard Piqué. Thankfully, that hasn't put prices up. My ticket was just €15. The stadium being small is perfect, giving you that full-on mountain view. There can't be many football venues that have a vista like that. The two teams were in contrasting positions. Andorra were fighting against relegation while Eibar were pushing for promotion. The tiny section of Eibar fans made a decent level of noise throughout, mainly because their team won 2-0. At one point it did look like Andorra had been awarded a penalty, but then VAR had a word with the ref, and after consulting the monitor, the decision was overturned. VAR, eh? Sadly, since this game, Andorra have been relegated to the 3rd tier, while Eibar finished 3rd, still with a chance of promotion via the playoffs, which are taking place around the time this video goes live. I still had time before my flight the following day to explore some of the mountains. When telling someone I was going to Andorra, people would say to me, "Oh, you're going to ski, right?" Nope, not at all. If you're looking for a couple of days away somewhere new, there's plenty to do and explore without the skiing side of things. This chap here is called Dino. He's one of 7 Tomaros that come to our dimension via magical portals to protect the Andorran countryside. I only saw this one, but you can trek around to find all 7, although this particular activity is aimed more at kids. After what I'd call a mini hike, it was time to start heading my way back to Barcelona. I stopped for lunch on the way for some more Andorran food. This particular dish is called escudella, a stew made with seasonal meat and vegetables. That stew ended up being perfect for the weather, as the heavens decided to open up just in time for my 4-hour drive. Back at Barcelona airport, it was time to head home, but that's not quite the end of the video. If you've seen my Luxembourg video, you'll know that I collect magnets, so here's the one that I picked up in Andorra. This more likely be a feature going forward. Another one added to the board. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.